A man walks into the room. He turns the light on. He says to Abigail, "Wow, wow, you are messed up, aren't you? Aren't you?" You see, the reason why you're here is that the princess wants you gone. And I, along with a friend of ours, are going to make it happen for our beloved princess of the cat. And then after that, he walks towards her. He pulls the bag off of her head. He pulls the ball gag out of her mouth, and she starts screaming, "Where am I? Where am I, you piece of crap? Where am I?" Huh. Huh. Ain't that special? You wanna know where you are? Yeah, that's what I just said, you asshole. Okay. But that was not nice to say. And then he smacks her in the face. Over and over and over again. After that, he says, "Not that it matters much, because I'm going to torture you after I talk to you for a while and explain why we are doing this to you. The reason why we are doing this to you, like I just said before, is that the princess, she wants you gone. Because I have no idea. But we do what the princess wants, and we do ask questions about it. Which is good by me, because I love my obedience," he says. After that, he says, "Now I'm going to torture you." And that's exactly what he does. Now, before we continue with the video, I would love to welcome you to part 29 of the Abigail and Margaret Film School. Let us continue. So after a couple of moments of having her gut punched in, she is crying. But she is not crying for herself. She tells herself that she's crying for him because she's going to kill him. After a couple minutes of her being punched in the gut, the princess arrives. She says to him, "How is she?" "She's fine, I guess. We are breaking her, I think, which is a good thing, because it'll make it even more satisfying once we kill her." "I will hope so," the princess said. "I very much hope so." "Oh yes, I almost forgot. I'll be right back." So she leaves again. Abigail is thinking to herself, "Why is this happening to me? I mean, I don't know what I did wrong, but this is just horrible. Ugh. Ugh." Oh God. Oh, this is just so bad. Oh my Christ. Okay. I just need to figure out a way to get out of here. And, well, first get out of these, I need to get out of these hand constraints. And then after that, I need to get out of here without being detected. Call the cops. Tell them that I'm not okay and that I need to get rescued. And then she says to herself, but what if you don't get out of here and you die like they want? And then she says to herself, that's not gonna happen. I'm not gonna let that happen. I'm gonna get myself out of here. She comes back with a taser. She walks towards her and she got tased a couple of times in the gut and in the neck. Pretty much everywhere, actually. It was pretty horrible. After that, she is trying her best to get out of this situation, but she just kept being tased. So the next best thing is to imagine herself somewhere else. After that, the torture stops for a while. Then after that, they get her out of the constraints. Then they start taking turns punching her in the gut and face. And then the princess slaps her a couple times in the face and the gut. After that, she is crying her eyes out once again. But she figures out a small way after she gets back into her constraints again to get back out of it. And then after that, after she figures out a way to get out of this horrible, terrible place she has found herself in, she runs out. Of course, her legs are broken after the taser to her legs. But she still tries to run, but then she just crumbles down on the ground, and she has to resort to crawling. She crawls real fast. She gets out of the torture out of the place she was. She crawls to a payphone. That doesn't work because she doesn't have money. Then she crawls to a person who was just walking by. She is bleeding by this point. She's in so much pain. After that, she is not happy about this. So she asks the person to give her the phone. He says no, but he does her one better. He says, I'm going to call the hospital, and I'm going to, and you're going to the hospital, and then you're going to call the cops. What happened? Who did this? A couple of assholes. But I appreciate the hospital. Yeah, I think you should do that. So that's what the stranger did. He calls the hospital. To make a long story short, she was stretchered out of the streets. and she got put in the hospital. After that, the police she calls the police. Well, actually, the police comes to to her hospital room, the same hospital room that, of course, Alpha Queen was when he got into his car accident. Also, the same hospital where, of course, Beatrice assassinated Alpha Queen or killed Alpha Queen. So after that, she goes to sleep. She falls right to sleep right as the police officer is coming to her room. After the police officer comes to her room and rudely, by accident, of course, wakes her up, she answers his questions. Then the police officer says, we have been talking to your wife. She wants to know if you're okay. We're going to call her, and we're going to bring her to the hospital. Also, we're going to have to, of course, have a police officer here so they can protect you. So after the police officer, after the other police officer leaves, the other police officer stays. She falls right to sleep once again. Then the next thing she knows, she's waking up, hugging and kissing her wife. They're both crying, by the way. She says, oh my gosh. Wow, you're alive. And then all of a sudden she just leaps on her bed and just starts hugging and kissing her wife. Margaret hugs and kisses Abigail. She is overwhelmed. Abigail is so overwhelmed with emotion that she just breaks down, which of course leads to Margaret breaking down and crying as well. They're hugging each other, crying in each other's arms. It was beautiful and heartwarming. And after that, she sits down she sits down in a chair next to her wife, and that was it. Margaret, of course, having been so happy, is so happy to see her. She sits down next to her, and for the rest of the midnight and the morning, Margaret watched TV as her wife was sleeping. And that was it. To be continued. So, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, leave a like, subscribe to my channel, leave a comment down below telling me what do you like about the video or hate about the video, and I will see you next time. Bye bye for now.